This is our primary antenna. What we have is a steered and elevation and azimuth cross-polarized or circular polarized cross Yagi. Right now the beam is pointed north at 0-degree elevation. When a satellite pass occurs, the beam will turn to point in the acquisition of signal angle, which is 220 degrees. It will then arc across the sky and down to 56 degrees or about where it will set. So this is our primary antenna. We have a power amp downstairs, actually in our tent, and that power amp is about 150 watt power amp, and it also has a preamplifier. We have 1/2-inch heliacs, 30 foot of it, that'll go to the output of the amplifier, and then regular coax down to the radio room. Okay, what we have here is a Lindenblad antenna. This is a circular polarized antenna, omnidirectional and maybe circular up to maybe 50 degrees. We have a inline preamp, and this preamp has enough gain to drive the system noise figure down fairly low. We are powering the preamp from inside here, where we have a 34 amp hour battery, a charging power gate, and a 10 amp power supply. And so we can survive losing power, and our preamp still works. This is our first backup antenna if something happens with our main steered Yagi array. This is our second backup antenna. We do not have a preamp on this, and it goes directly to the back of the second FT847. So this is if something happens in our earlier backup, we showed you the Lindenblad, then we switch to this antenna, and this is vertically polarized, omni, and has a null straight up. So it should be okay for our 50-degree pass today, although we expect to be using our primary antenna, the steered Yagi array.
Anyone SS? Anyone SS? This is K4HGA. Over. NA1SS. NA1SS. This is K4HTA. Over. NA1SS. NA1SS. This is K4HTA. Over.
Kilo 4 Hotel Tango Alpha. This is November Alpha 1 Sierra Sierra. Over.
Good signal, Sonny. Are you ready for the first question? Are you ready for the first question? NA1SS, this is K4HTA, over.
November Alpha 1 Sierra Sierra. Over.
We have good signal here, Sonny. Are you ready for the first question? Over.
Kilo 4 Hotel Tango Alpha. This is November Alpha 1 Sierra Sierra. Over.
NA1SS, this is K4HTA. How copy?
Kilo 4 Hotel Tango Alpha. This is November Alpha 1 Sierra Sierra. Over.
NA1SS, K4HTA. Do you copy?
Kilo 4 Hotel Tango Alpha. This is November Alpha 1 Sierra Sierra. Over.
NA1SS, K4HTA. How copy? NA1SS, this is K4HTA.
Tango Alpha. This is November Alpha 1 Sierra Sierra. Over.
NA1SS, K4HTA. Over.
Kilo 4 Hotel Tango Alpha. This is November Alpha 1 Sierra Sierra. Over.
NA1SS, K4HTA. Over.
Kilo 4 Hotel Tango Alpha. This is November Alpha 1 Sierra Sierra. Over.
NA1SS, K4HTA. How copy?
Kilo 4 Hotel Tango Alpha. This is November Alpha 1 Sierra Sierra. Over.
NA1SS, K4HTA. How copy? NA1SS, K4HTA. How copy?
Kilo Hotel Tango Alpha. This is November Alpha 1 Sierra Sierra. Over.
NA1SS, K4HTA. Do you copy? Oh, that's yeah. NA1SS, K4HTA. How copy? NA1SS, this is K4HTA. Over.
Yeah, over.
NA1SS, K4HTA. You copy?
We got you loud and clear. Hello, Virginia Run Elementary School. It's good to hear you.
Great to hear you, Sonny. Are you ready for the first question?
Absolutely.
My name is Nicholas Silver. How high above Earth are you? Over.
Hi, Nicholas. We're only about 200 to 250 miles above the Earth. That's about just the distance between here, Washington, D.C., New York. So when you think about that, you can think about how thin our atmosphere is that's protecting our Earth. Over.
My name is Alice Killen. How do you eat? Over.
Hi, Alex. That's a great question. It is a little bit difficult to eat because everything flies around. But luckily, it's stuff that's usually stuck together, like some type of casserole, and we have it in a can so it doesn't get too far away. Sometimes we have to catch it, though. But we usually just have to heat up our food. We don't have to really prepare it. Over.
My name is Luke Emanuel. Is it pitch black in space besides the stars? Over.
Hi, Luke. As a matter of fact, it is. I think it's the blackest color black I've ever really seen in my life. There's no atmosphere up here to make the sky seem a little bit blurry or milky. It is absolutely clear, and it's really, really black out in space. Over.
My name is Elliot McKee. Tell us about the layers in your spacesuit. Over.
Well, we have lots of layers that we wear for a spacewalk. First, we have long underwear. Secondly, we put on top of that a cooling garment just in case we get hot. We have water circulating around to cool us. And then there's a rubberized suit, which is the pressurized suit. And on top of that is a layer for meteorite protection and also thermal protection. So many layers on the spacesuit. Over.
My name is Lane Seatash. How and when did you decide you wanted to be an astronaut? Over.
Well, I was a helicopter lady, and when I went down to Johnson Space Center for a visit, and I met a bunch of people, not only military pilots and helicopter pilots, but physicists, chemists, veterinarians, doctors that were all astronauts, and I thought, oh, what the heck, maybe I could be one too. Over.
My name is Johnny Waymeyer. What kinds of things are you doing to help the future ISS expeditions? Over.
Hi, John. Make sure you tell your parents I said hi. And what we're doing up here is paving the way, hopefully, for more than 3 people to live, maybe 6. And also doing science work that will help us have your generation go back to the moon and onto Mars. Over.
My name is Chloe Crayon. How does the air get into the space station? Over.
Hi, Chloe. That's a great question. Air is brought up here by 2 spacecraft, the Progress and also the Space Shuttle. And then we make air by dividing water, H2O, into H, hydrogen, and O, which is oxygen. And that's how we get some of our air. Over.
My name is Ellen Waymeyer. How is day-to-day living different there than here? Over.
Hi, Ellen. Well, day-to-day living is a lot of fun up here because we have a great view of our beautiful planet. What's sort of cool about living here is you can work on the ceiling, you can work on the wall, you can work on the floor, and it all feels sort of the same. So you really can take advantage of the environment up here. What's a little different about eating and working with things that don't have Velcro on is that you lose them easily because they fly away. Over.
My name is Bhavan Patel. If something serious happens, what is your most valuable instrument? Over.
I think the most valuable instrument would be the Soyuz, which is our rescue vehicle. It's like a rescue boat. Over.
My name is Andrew Godzinski. If you could talk with any former astronaut, who would it be and what would you talk about? Over.
Hi, Andrew. I think I would want to talk to any of the astronauts who have been to the moon because it would be a pretty great thing to find out what it was like to actually see our entire planet in your window. Over.
My name is Liliana Canales. What kind of research are you doing in the space station? Over.
Hi, Liliana. Well, most of the research we're doing up here is to find out what happens to the human body after being in space for so long. Microgravity is fun to fly around in. However, it takes a beating on your body. First of all, your bones don't have to work so hard, and so they start going away a little bit. So we have to do physical fitness up here, and we need to find out how much physical fitness we need to do to keep those bones in shape, as well as our muscles. Radiation is also a big factor because we don't have our atmosphere to protect us. And so we're trying to find out things like that, what the limitations of those things so we can keep people up in space for longer periods of time. Over.
My name is Nikki Sprace. What are your daily activities? Over.
Hi, Nikki. Well, every day is different. We do all sorts of things from spacewalks, which we call EVAs, to robotics work. We have a robotic arm outside which we use to connect different parts of the space station with, to science experiments, as well as just cleaning up. We're the only ones who live here, and so we have to do all of the cleaning and maintenance, and sometimes you feel like a plumber or a carpenter because you have to work on your house while you're up here. Over.
My name is Daniel too. What has been your biggest surprise since you've been up in space? Over.
Hi, Daniel. I think my biggest surprise was how difficult it was to relax in space and sleep easily. I felt like I needed a bed or something to lay down on, but there's nothing really to lay down on. We sleep in sleeping bags, and the sleeping bags are tied to the wall so you don't go anywhere. But I had a hard time relaxing my neck because I didn't have a pillow. I didn't have that sense of having a pillow or something I was laying down to. Second thing is, one thing I missed is being able to dunk cookies and milk. There's no cups up here, so you don't have a cup of coffee or a cup of hot chocolate. So those are the things that take a little while to get used to. Over.
Hi, Sonny. I'm Shane McGowan, School Student President. Speaking on behalf of the students, we cannot thank you enough. You have given us a once-in-a-lifetime experience and a privilege to go above and beyond our everyday classroom studies. We wish you and your expedition 1-4 crewmates well and stay safe. Over.
Well, thank you very much. It's a great honor and privilege to be here and to be talking to you guys. I know you've done a lot of work and a lot of research to get this contact done. I hope you've learned a lot, and if you have some outstanding questions, I know Kyle is there, and he can probably help you out understanding a little bit more. But thank you so much for your attention, and it was very much talking to you guys. Take care.
Thank you. The forecast today, but he has been out working today already, hasn't he?
He's been working hard today. From working last night to early this morning, he was out with some kids at Virginia Run Elementary School in Centreville. He was talking to them not just about the weather, but interviewing them about what it was like to talk to astronauts. You saw that guy there in the blue uniform. Several students there talked directly to scientists on board the International Space Station. That's right, up there in space. And former ISS scientist and researcher Cal Waltz was also on hand. Some lucky students.
Haircut in space?
No, Cal Waltz. They had a chance to talk to that researcher also today. But fascinating, some lucky students, and Bob will share that story, I'm being told, on Monday with everyone. Yeah, that it was great. Lucky students indeed.
Bob Ryan, Storm Center 4, an exciting time for snow lovers, but last Friday I had a chance to meet with some excited possible future astronauts. At Virginia Run Elementary School in Centreville, got to do something last Friday few of us can do. Talk with an astronaut on board the International Space Station. The program is called ARISS, Amateur Radio on the International Space Station. I, along with two former astronauts, Carl Waltz and Frank Culberson, got to talk to students first about the sky and space and show what life is like on board the space station. Then, through the support of the Vienna Ham Radio Club, 10 students got to ask mission specialist Suni Williams questions for about 10 minutes, with kindergartner Nicholas Feldman asking the first question.
How high above Earth are you? Over.
Hi, Nicholas. We're only about 200 to 250 miles above the Earth. That's about just the distance between here, Washington, D.C. and New York.
Here's a question we probably all wondered about.
My name is Chloe Prayon. How does the air get into the space station? Over.
Hi, Chloe. That's a great question. Air is brought up here by two spacecraft, the Progress and also the Space Shuttle. And then we make air by dividing water, H2O, into H, hydrogen, and O, which is oxygen.
After the 10-minute window, which literally flew by, I talked with the students about what it was like. And the best answer? From Donnie Waymeyer.
Not much people in the world get to do it, and I'm one of the few people, so it's really cool.
Cool indeed. As I told the students, I only got to hear the beep, beep, beep of Sputnik when I was in school, and school president Shay Miguel got to sign off.
Hi, Sonny. I'm Shay Miguel, the school's student president. Speaking on behalf of the students, we cannot thank you enough.
Suni Williams will be in orbit until June.
It was a privilege to do it, definitely. I've been waiting for this a long time, and it really paid off. It sure did.
An exciting day for all the students, and I think also for astronaut Williams as the space station left radio range. Well, I don't know if everybody's going to be saying thank you for this.